Do you like big, stompy robots that fire missiles and lasers at other robots? Do you wish there was a Gundam game that was more realistic? Do you love games with lore? A lot of lore. Like, an extremely excessive amount of lore considering how simple the premise is. Well, my friend, welcome to Battletech, or MechWarrior, depending on the game. But out of all the 4,000 different mechs and mech variants, which one is the most beginner-friendly for the first episode of this series? Well, this is not that. Why this piece of junk to make you start with an airbrain game? What the fuck? Welcome to a Green Guide to Battletech. The Blackjack was the biggest lie ever sold to me as a new player. It is described as a sniper, but the only long-range guns it boasts are a pair of AC-2 autocannons. These are certainly long-ranged, if you are planning on dealing as much damage at long range as actual pepper spray. These pair of cannons cost way too much tonnage for how little damage they deal, making them, in my opinion, the worst weapon in the game that you could ever mount to a mech. So the autocannons suck. Why would you use this thing then? Well, let's look at the other weapons. 4 medium lasers. Okay, medium lasers are actually a pretty decent brawl range weapon, and 4 of them means you have acceptable damage at that range. So this reveals the Blackjack's true purpose, an ambusher. Sit behind a hill and some trees, wait for enemies to draw near, then jump into their back line and shoot them in the ass plate before jumping back into cover. No, this is not as funny as when an urban mech does it. As for variants, you have quite a few interesting choices. The 1X prototype variant deletes the jump jets and autocannons in favor of flamethrowers and faster move speed. This turns the Blackjack into a skirmisher, able to run up to the big bad assault mech and overheat it until shut down. Definitely not an upgrade, but respectable. The Mark II variant makes the Blackjack into a proper sniper. Kind of. Instead of autocannons, it now rocks a pair of extended-range large lasers. large lasers are not necessarily good weapons, but they're certainly better than AC-2s, and dropping medium lasers for Streak SRM-2 missile launchers can cause some nasty crit-seeking damage, while also saving heat if you miss shots. Saving heat is something the Mark II variant desperately needs to, because large lasers generate way too much fucking heat for their damage output. There are a few more variants, but I'm gonna ignore all of them and talk about my personal favorite, the Omni-Mech variant. Omni-Mech technology allows far more customization for mechs by attaching the weapons to pods, then attaching those pods to the mech you're using like you're playing with Legos. And the Omni-Jack, as I like to call it, also comes with an extra 5 tons of weight. This version of the Blackjack upgrades the AC-2s to Ultra AC-5s, which are way more respectable in terms of damage output while still having good range. Round out the loadout with some extra armor and machine guns for melee rainstorms. Keep medium lasers, and this thing is my favorite mid-tier DACA machine. Overall, the Blackjack is a very mid-tier mech, but it has autocannons, so of course this thing was bought in bulk by the Federated Sons. I don't know why, but the Feds have some weird obsession with autocannons. I mean, I won't disagree, personally. Big cannon go thunk thunk.